Come in, come in, come in. So we can chop it up on building this royal culture that we're talking about. Good morning. East Coast, West Coast, Central. Come in. Let's make this thing happen. Now, our community continue to be built every day on something. As long as time is going on, things are being done. Things are being built, things are being torn down, but action is happening. The world nor time is stopping. We're committing to building our community on a solid foundation. So no matter who you are, where you come from, it doesn't matter. So we're building our community on a strong foundation, like I said. If you're interested in being on the chat, let me know. We have a lot of shows come on and podcasts where people are giving their opinions and talking about what the community needs, this, that, and the other. Our community and our program is about building on a strong foundation for success, for ongoing prosperity. We want you to prosper. We want your soul to prosper, meaning we want you to physically and naturally prosper, as well as spiritually, emotionally, mentally, physically, socially. So the first thing that we focus on in building a solid foundation, that royal culture that we talk about, is we look at the health of a man. We look at the health of a woman, a man, a child. So we look at those things to build on that. If you're unhealthy, the likelihood that your workings are going to be healthy or profitable or productive is very unlikely. If you're emotionally unhealthy, it's very unlikely that you're going to reap healthy actions. It doesn't work like that. Okay? So that's what we're talking about. So if you call in and you're interested in finding a love interest, someone that you'd like to be in a domestic relationship with, hopefully marriage is the plan. That's what we're going to, we're promoting that, wanting everyone to, especially if you're an adult and you're of age, we want you to, we're connecting individuals who want to build on relationship, who want something positive, and they want to be a blessing to those around them as well. So if we hook you up, if you come to this show and you're looking for a relationship, or you're looking for a business partner, a community development team, we're building on a foundation that we're hooking up individuals to network to do extremely good things, like big things that's going to lead to a legacy of growth. Much like we're still talking about Black Wall Street and things like that, Wall Street even. Those are things that have been around and Black Wall Street has passed on, but the concept is the same. It's pretty scientific. So in our approach, as we build on relationships, businesses, and community culture, we're hooking up people that are healthy. I see people call into shows, and if we're talking relationships, guys are players, the young ladies are loose. It's some relationships are open, some relationships are just closed, but individuals are violating the so-called closed relationships, the vows that they taken to say that I pledge my fidelity to you, and oftentimes that's being violated, and that's makes for the weakening of a community. Stating that you're going to do a thing and then not being forthright, forthcoming, and violating that promise, those are the types of things that tears down community, and we don't want that. We're building community. Okay, remember, if you're looking for a relationship, if you're looking for business partners, a community development team, that's why we're here. We're trying to, on a large and global level, hook people up. This culture that we're talking about, it's not everywhere. It's not everywhere. Like, so many people are subscribing to so many different philosophies, in which that's fine, except it's the integrity of it, it's topsy-turvy. It's not consistent, okay? And we want consistency. Corey, I'm giving you an option. You don't have to come on if that wasn't your intent, but if you're willing to, let me know what it is that you're interested in discussing. If you're looking for a relationship, a solid relationship, a business partner, if you're looking for a community development team, this is the place. Hopefully we're going to connect strong parts together so we can build on that royal culture that we continue to talk about. Oftentimes, if we're talking relationally, business is already difficult to compete in a global capitalistic society anyway, because there's so many individuals of different classes in certain fields. Obviously, those are the ones who are at a major advantage, because resources is definitely, necessary in a society like this one. Okay, in America, resources that's the answer. No one allows you to enter business without having the sources that you are providing. You're either meeting needs or you're meeting a service. Okay, you're solving a problem. You have to come with something, because people pay for what they need. They pay for what they want also, but you have to offer something. But oftentimes in those relationships, there's no integrity. There's no honor in it. We want to build relationships where both parties respect and honor one another. We want to build business partnerships where both parties are involved and they honor their commitment to growth and productivity. Even in community development, we want those partnerships to establish a culture of commitment, staying with it, agreeing, and then going about doing the business, thinking about not just yourself and not just your own family, but everyone in the community. This has to be a unified approach. And that's oftentimes in certain communities, especially the communities in our target market, but we're targeting all communities, but there's certain communities that struggle in unifying. They're isolated and they struggle when it comes time to compete against other entities. They can't compete with a unified front, a team, a community that's prosperous and together, as opposed to one that's not united. So if anyone wants to come on, let me know. I'm looking forward to chatting with you and finding out what it is that you want to discuss. You have the option to enter in or not. I'm going to always give you the opportunity to include yourself. Just deny it if you deny the request, if it isn't your intent to come on the show. But we're going to build this royal culture that we're talking about. Teachers will have integrity. They will do what they're supposed to do. Lawyers, doctors, politicians, laymen, fathers, mothers, children. Competing and being effective is necessary and mandatory. There's a phenomenon going on. Let's talk about relationships. There's a phenomenon going around where many people do not want to get married. They are past the age of 30 and even in the 40s and 50s, and they have no desire to get married, but they want to have relationships, meaning that they're having children, but they're not committed to the person that they're having the children with. I saw a gentleman on the internet yesterday who has 4 baby mamas, 4 children outside of marriage, and he's looking for another. I saw him on a dating show, and he's looking for another female, and he was proclaiming how good you know, a baby father he is and how great a provider he is. But he was not forthright in his intention. He was meeting people, but he was not telling them that marriage is not in the plans. He played with them until it was a certain point. He used them up, and the ladies gave him their womb, had children by him, and then he sprung the truth on them that I'm not here for the long haul. I'm not here for you. I'm not marrying you. And that's a problem. So now he has 4 children in 4 different households that he can't possibly meet their needs at the level that they deserve. It's impossible. 2 are in 2 different states, and 2 are in the same state, but in different households. So it's a problem. But we're trying to build a community on a stronger foundation that does not make it popular to have those types of inadequacies. Like, that's an inadequate, foundation. Like, thinking about the life that children deserve, their parents that they have, the community in which they live, the school in which they're socialized, the family that they were born into, the foods they eat, the environment they're in, how they're socialized in community. So that baby father syndrome, or baby mama syndrome, we're suppressing that. Now, we're not being judgmental, and we're not putting anyone down as a result of it. But what we're doing is we're trying to build a community on a firm foundation. Consistency. Is so unfortunate that oftentimes people don't have integrity. For such a long time, men have been those persons who were most often in the cheating position, mistreating relationships, disrespecting their bodies, and things like that. But nowadays, it's taken such an effect on society that our women are unfortunately just as open as the men. That number has skyrocketed in terms of women who are players, as much players as men. That's not cool. Women, you should not allow men to dictate who you are or how you do what you do. Respect yourself always, even if society makes it cool for you to not. Everybody seems to be cheating nowadays. Men, women, children, at so many levels. Look at the news, you see the violence domestically and racially and ethnically, and it's just outrageous. So that's what we're trying to avoid. We're about to go to our Instagram live right now. I didn't get anyone on the show this time, but we're looking forward to it. Today is the first call-in live show, and it's going to grow and it's going to be better. So keep supporting. Please like the video, share the video, and subscribe to the YouTube channel and the Facebook page. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. God bless.